So I am reaching out to different business owners on LinkedIn, and I am having trouble positioning myself when I come in and pitch them on as an equity investor. Um, as a consultant, a lot of them they ask about my previous experience, and while I have had experience growing my own business, I'm having trouble kind of translating that into how I can help them and how I can not get commoditized when I call myself an investor or when I say that I'm going to help them through marketing and not get seen as a social media marketer or something like that, who they could easily hire somebody for that.
Okay, so give me your pitch.
So right now, what I'm telling people is
give me your pitch. I'm interested. Give me your pitch. I got something you're interested in. Tell me what you want.
Okay. So I'd say, some people like to invest in stocks and things like that. As for me, I like to invest in people and organizations that I find particularly interesting. A lot of people don't notice, but the act of marketing, when done properly and profitably, should really be considered an investment. You put money in, you get more money out. So I say, what type of investment works as swift as that? If you know what you're doing, generating revenue is as simple as running some ads. That doesn't mean it's easy. It takes a whole lot of testing and requires some actual strategy. Organizations might have hired those who have gone to school for marketing, but this type of profit-generating activity isn't taught in school. It's learned from real-world testing with real-world money put on the line. So a few years ago, I started my case study business in an ultra-competitive industry of residential housekeeping. And after creating a 64x ROI, I realized that, this marketing stuff is kind of fun. So I'm looking to partner with a few businesses by investing my strategy, skill, and expertise and helping it grow just like my business did with direct response marketing. So you're probably thinking, well, how much does this cost? And I'd be happy to inform you that because I'm still building out my portfolio, I'll be on a performance-only basis. For now, that is until I acquire a minority share in 10 or more businesses. I'll then have to start charging $10K a month on top of performance. So if you want to be considered for this type of investment, let me know and I'll send over an application and we can hop on a calendar for a quick chat.
Okay, so I know that a lot of people market like that. I'm not exactly sure, and I'm reading your profile on LinkedIn as I'm talking, but or as you were talking. It took me a long time to kind of get a rough idea of what you want, but do you want to do marketing for me?
Yeah, a lot of business owners when they hire on a marketer.
Here's a challenge, Ryan, and I'm still role playing with you. Okay, here's a challenge, Ryan. I get like 30 of these things a day, and they all say the same thing. And I don't respond to them. I don't know why I happened to click on yours and chat with you, but I'm looking at your thing right now on LinkedIn, and it says that your number one skill is public speaking, and after that it's leadership and research. I don't see anything about marketing. I don't see any endorsements about marketing. So you want to do marketing for me, but I don't know, man. It just seems like you're like everybody else. So what is your outcome? Now I'm hopping out of role play. What is your outcome that you're trying to get from this outreach?
My outcome is to get them on a call and see what kind of assets they have that I could grow, and
so that I
can acquire a minority stake in their business.
Okay, so what if you just started by saying that, right? I mean, if you follow the outreach program that you have from me and you get somebody to respond, and then you say, hey, look, I'm interested in what I do is I invest in companies and I invest in the most I invest in the strongest way possible because I bring my skills and resources to the deal. And then do you have, you mentioned the 64X, I think it was, on the housekeeping or house cleaning business. Can you turn that into kind of a quick 5-second, this is what I did case study? So for example, I went into a home cleaning company. The last deal I did, even if it was 8 years ago, the last deal I did, I went into a home cleaning company and did these three, identified I have a process and a framework for doing this. I identified the 3 things that would have the quickest results, the fastest, and I executed on those. And within 12 months, it was a 64x return on ad spend, investment, whatever you want to talk about. I'd like to do the same thing with you. It's no risk to you. And this is how it goes. Like, here's the next step. That, to me, it's got to be quick. Cause like, you know, this is the Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby thing, you know, with all due respect, you can say anything after that, right? With all due respect, you lost me right at the beginning because it sounded like a canned pitch. It didn't sound like we were having a conversation. It sounded like you were talking at me. And it was a lot of words that I've heard a lot of times from a lot of people that haven't delivered results. So it's going to be, how can you connect with me first? And then once you connect with me, how can you get me to the point really fast so that you can get the no from me if I'm not interested, and you don't waste your time, and you present whatever the heck it is that you want to do? Because I didn't get from the whole conversation, I thought you just wanted to sell me marketing services, right? And what you're after, which I was, you know, why I asked you, and I'm happy that that was the answer, is, look, I want to do an earn-in. So what I do is I invest in companies. I invest in companies by bringing resources that they desperately need. Here's how that works. I come in, I do these things. The last time I did that, it was a 64x return. You know, and if you have a couple more case studies, that would be great. If you don't, maybe think about partnering with a couple people here in Epic that have a couple case studies too. Like 3 of you that have 1 case study, now you got a 3 case study thing that you can present, right? So that's what I would do, is just get more to the point faster with the thing that you want to take away in a more authentic, conversational, relational fashion.